Good day, everyone. So for this week, our lesson is measures of data position. Our objectives for this lesson, at the end of the lesson, you are expected to first is define the measures of position, second, illustrate measures of position, and appreciate the use of measures of position in real-life situations. Let us start the discussion. So assume that you are a tourist who wishes to visit Sampaloc Lake in San Pablo City. How will you find the lake's exact location? So with our technology these days, the GPS or the Google Maps are the best ways to find it. These tools are used to identify locations. In statistics, there are also ways on how to locate a specific value in a data. And that is the lessons that we're about to discuss. When you were in grade 7, if you can recall, you encountered one of the measures of central tendency, the median, together with the mean and the mode. We will talk that later with the next lesson. It is the middle number in a distribution. So when we say median, given the data and given that it is arranged in this ascending order, so from lowest value to the highest value, median is the middle number, no, in the given data or in the distribution. It can be illustrated by using a line shown below. So as you can see, the median is in the middle of the line. So if you're given the following data, let's say you have 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, the middlemost value is 5. Since the given numbers are in descending order. Hence, it is the median of the data. So 5 is the median of the data. It is important to note that the values in the data must be arranged in ascending order before looking for the median. So that is what to do first. No? Assign muna yung order in ascending order before proceeding to get the median. However, if there are two middlemost values in a data, nangyayari yun kapag ang bilang ng data is even number. So, dito sa given natin na 2, 4, 5, and 6, ang given po natin ay 5. Yan, 5 po yan. Right? Tayo ko muna. And 5 po, 2, 4, 5, 6, and 7. However nga, if there are two middlemost values in the data, then yung average natin to get the median will be like this. So for the example, 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, and 10. So the two middlemost values in the given data are 6 and 7, yun yung pinakagitna. So the median is 6 plus 7 divided by 2. That is equals to 13 over 2. And we have the median as 6.5. Aside from the median, there are other measures that indicate position. Yan. So measures of position shows where a certain data point or value falls in a sample or array of distribution. So meaning, given the data, the measures of position are can be calculated kung nasaan po ba yung hinahanap na value within the array of distribution or sequence of value or sequence of data. It can state whether a value is about the average or whether it is unusually high or low compared to the data as whole. Okay, so the measures of position that we're going to discuss are the quartiles, decile, and percentiles. Isa-isahin po natin ito. First is quartiles. These are the points that divide the data into 4 equal parts. As you can see on the illustration, we have the lowest data and the highest data. And in between we have the Q1, the Q2, and the Q3, or the first, the second, and the third quartiles. Quartile 1, or the Q1, is a number such that at most 1/4 or 25% of the data. This is the smallest value na meron. So, 25% siya of the, compared to the whole data. Ang sinasabi po nito ay, nandun siya sa 25% ng smaller value. Tapos, may mayroong 75% na mas malaki sa kanya. We also call this the lower quartile. Well, for the second quartile, or the Q2 rather, is the number such that at most 1/2 or 50% of the data are above and below and above in value than Q2. Second quartile is also known as median. So, ito yung nasa gitna. May 50% na mababa sa kanya at mayroong 50% na mataas din sa kanya. While the third quartile, or the Q3, is the number such that at the most 3/4 or the 75% of the data. So, merong 25% na mas mataas pa sa kanya. Okay, papunta dun sa highest data. And 75% mas mababa. This is also called the upper quartile. So, example, how to find the quartiles in a given data. So, Mrs. Rivera, a math teacher, conducted her first quiz for the first quarter. The top 5 students got the following scores, which is 20, 13, 15, 16, and 14. Illustrate the Q1, Q2, and Q3 of the given data. So, first, arrange the number in ascending order in a line. So, it doesn't necessary naman na gagawa po kayo ng linya katulad nito. You just need to arrange the number in ascending order. So, we have 13, 14, 15, 16, and 20. So, the least value in the data is 13. O, yun yung lowest data. And the greatest value in the data is 20. The highest data. The middle value in the data is 15. So, we can say that it is the Q2. Q1, or the lower quartile, is the middle value between the least value, yung pinakamababang value, and Q2. In this example, itong 14 ang ating Q2. Q1 pala. And for Q3, the upper quartile, nasa middle siya between the Q2 and the greatest value in the data. In this example, we have 16. Thus, we can say that it can be illustrated. The 13 is the lowest data, Q1, ang 14, nasa 14, Q2 ay nasa 15, and Q3 is nasa 16, and 20 is the highest data. So, ganyan yung kanyang illustration. Okay, another example. The owner of the coffee shop recorded the number of customers who came into his cafe each hour in a day. The results were 14, 10, 12, 9, 17, 5, 8, 9, 14, 10, 11. So, find the lower quartile and the upper quartile. Q1 and Q3 lamang. In ascending order, that is the first thing to do, the data are, ito na yung pagkakasunod-sunod in ascending order. So, we have 5, 8, 9, 9, 10, 10, 11, 12, 14, 14, and 17. So, the least value in the data is 5, and the greatest value is 17. The middle value is 10. Thus, it is the Q2. Yun. Ay, mali. Hindi siya. Middle value is the second 10. Yun. This is the Q2. The lower quartile is the value that is between the middle value and the least value in the dataset. So, the lower quartile is 9. Ito siya. Dito siya. And the upper quartile is the value that is between the middle value and the greatest value in the dataset. So, the upper quartile is 14. Actually, itong dalawang to, yun. No? Kasi, given the lower quartile, nandoon siya, 6 to eh. 6 siya, ito. Yan. So, ito yung 5, yung least value sa data. Tapos yung 10, yung ating Q2. So, ang nasa gitna niya is 9. Well, the other half naman is mula sa 10 hanggang 17, we have the 12 and 14. So, dito, yung estimation, hindi na siya in-estimate. Inilagay na siya as E. So, the lower quartile is the 9 and the upper quartile is the 14. Meron tayong tinatawag na Mendel-Hall and Sinzig method. Using statistics for engineering and science, and the sciences, we define a different method of finding the quartile values. Ito ay may formula na. So, for the position of Q1, we have 1/4 times n plus 1. So, and round to the nearest integer. No? If L falls halfway between two integers, round up. The Lth element is the lower quartile value, which is the Q1. Sa upper quartile naman, ang position ng Q3 is 3/4 or 3 divided by 4 times n plus 1. And round to the nearest integers. If U falls halfway between two integers, round down. Okay? So, kapag tayo ay nasa lower quartile, okay, yung hinahanap natin is Q1, lagi tayong round up. Kapag naman po upper quartile, lagi tayong round down. Okay, thus we can get the Q3. Illustrative example 3. For the example set 1, 3, 7, 7, 16, 21, 27, 30, and 31, arrange na to in ascending order. And we can identify that the n is 9. N is palaging the number of numbers or the numbers of data in the given. To find Q1, locate its position using the formula 1/4 times n plus 1 and round off to the nearest integers. So we have the position of Q1 given the data. We have 1/4 of n plus 1 and that is 1/4 of 9 plus 1. That is 1/4 of 10 or 2.5. So the computed value is 2.5. It becomes 3 after rounding up. The lower quartile value is the third element and that is this one. Nandito siya, 7. While the position of Q3 naman is 3/4 times n plus 1. That is 3/4 of 10. So we have 7.5. It becomes 7 after rounding down. So the upper quartile value is the 7th element. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We have the 27 as the position of quartile 3 or the third quartile. Nakuha po ba yun? Proceed po tayo sa deciles. So, deciles are 9 score points that divide the data into 10 equal parts. So, we have D1 hanggang D9. So, illustrated. Ito yung lowest score, ito yung highest score, and in between, we have the 9 deciles. So, third decile is a number such that at most is 30% of the data. Yung mas smaller sa kanya. So, mula sa D3 pababa, you have 30% smaller in value. Tapos, 70%, syempre, mas mataas siya doon sa D3. That is D3 to HS. Ang fifth decile naman is the number such that 50%, no, kalakalahati. Ito nga siya, oh. So, 50% lower value, 50% yung highest value. This is also the median doon sa decile, also equivalent to Q2. While the 9th decile is the number such that at most is 90% of data are smaller and 10% are larger naman. So, ito yung 10% larger and D9 pababa to lowest score is the smaller value. It is important to note that D.5 is equal to Q1 and D.5 is equal to Q3. So, kasi nga, we have 25% for quartile and 75% for the Q3. Sample. The local government of Tres Martires City informs the public on the daily number of COVID-19 active cases and recoveries. It is both it is posted in SPC Anti-COVID-19 Task Force Facebook page. The number of recoveries from May 3, 2021 to May 13, 2021 is as follows. So we have 30, 14, 23, 23, 17, 8, 15, 25, 17, 14, 22. Illustrate the D3, D5, and D9. So again, we need to arrange the number in ascending order. So we have arranged. So there are 11 values in the data. The 30% or the D3 of 11 is 11 times 0.3. That is 3.3 or 3. Note, yung symbol po nun is used to show approximation or a value being rounded off, up or down. Thus, the values 8, 14, and 14 are the 30% of the data and the D3 is 15. Andito po yung D3. So, D5 is also the median of the data. So, yung median natin is the middle, 17. And 90% or the D9 of 11 is 11.9. So, we have 9.9 or 10. Therefore, the values of 8, 14, 14, 15, 17, 17, 22, 23, 23, 25 are the 90% of the data and the D9 is nandun sa 30. So, we can illustrate, ito na po siya. So, we have yung D3 natin nasa 15 or the fourth data. Ang D5 natin is nasa 17, that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 data. And yung D9 pa natin ay nasa highest value, which is the 30. So, sample ulit. Find the third decile or D3 of the following test scores of a random sample of 10 students. So, we have 35, 42, 40, 28, 15, 23, 33, 20, 18, and 28. So, first is arrange muna ulit. So, arrange na po to in ascending order. And then, steps to find the decile value using the formula, we have 3 divided by 10 times n plus 1. So, as you can see po, ang nagbago lamang po dun sa formula ng Mendenhall and Sinzich method is yung divisor na dati ay 4 sa quartile, naging 10 na siya sa decile. So, n plus 1 pa rin to. Multiply pa rin siya sa n plus 1. And round to the nearest integer. So, position of D3, yun yung hinahanap sa atin sa problem. So, we have 3 over 10 times n plus 1. We have 3, 10. 10 plus 1, we have 10 data. So, that is 3/10 of 11. And that is 3.3 or equals 3. So, D3 is the third element, which is, that is the answer po. Nandoon siya sa 20. Yan. Okay. So, let us proceed with naman sa percentile source. Percentiles are scores that divide the data into 100 equal parts. So, we have P1, P2, P3, and so on as 2, P99. So, the nth percentile or the PN separates the lowest n percent from the other 100 minus n percent. So, this is the illustration. So, let's say we have the 30th percentile or the P30 is the number such that at most is 30% of data are smaller in the value than P30 and at most 70% naman larger. Tapos yung 50%, 50th percentile rather is the P50 is the number such that at most 1/2 or 50% of the data are below and above, no? So this is the median naman dun sa percentile, which is the D5 sa decile. So this is the median, also the Q2. While the 85th percentile or the P85 is the number such that at most, hindi merong 85% na mas smaller yung value at 50% naman yung larger. Mula P85 hanggang 99 is the larger value than 85. So let us have an example. Find the 30th percentile or the P30 of the following test scores at random. Ito rin yung kaninang example. Kinuha natin yung D3 kanina sa decile na sample na to. Ngayon naman, P30. So first is arrange ulit from lowest to highest. And steps to find the percentile value on the data with n elements. To find the P30 position, use the formula K times n plus 1 divided by 100. So, same lang din to ng formula nung quartiles and deciles. Ang pagkakaiba lang is the divisor. So, yung quartile 4, yung deciles 10, ito yung percentile naman is 100. So, ang divisor is nakadepende sa kung ilan bahagi, hinahati ng mga measures of position yung data. So, pag quartiles, 4, pag deciles, 10, pag percentile naman is 100. So, the position of P30, that is equals to 30 times n plus 1, which is 10 plus 1 divided by 100, equals 30 times 11, that is 330. So, this is 330 equals 3.3, that is the third element or the third data. Yeah. So, that's all for the discussion, quartiles, decile, percentile of ungrouped data. So, next week po, group data naman. We will consider po tabulation kasi more than 30 na data na yung pag-uusapan natin sa group data. So, for this week, ang inyo pong outputs ay yung photocopy ng summative and activity A and B. That will be the outputs na i-accomplish. For the rest of the sections, maliban sa Anturium, nakapag-discuss na ako, so you can answer na yung ating activity. Please, pa-picture po ako habang nasasagot kayo, and then comment nyo po yung inyong picture sa comment section ng post na ito, na video. So, for the Anturium, we will discuss tomorrow. Tapos ay sasagutan nyo po yung activity kahit on the spot. Kasi since meron na tayong video ngayon, so sana mapanood nyo. So, that will be all for this week. Pasensya na po sa ating setup para yun po yung binabasa atin ng school. But anyway, we can always adjust naman. So, thank you po for watching and have a nice day. God bless us all. Keep safe everyone.